Hi friends, in our time together today, I'll introduce scale exercise 16 in D and G for our D whistles. This exercise takes a brief sequence that you'll experience playing a number of tunes and then repeats that sequence walking up the scale. See, what happens with these exercises is rather than waiting to see a certain sequence and learn the sequence in a tune, you're developing your ability to play a lot of sequences you're going to encounter in tunes. You're learning to play them up and down the scale so that when you encounter it in a tune, your fingers know what to do because you've already practiced it. That's what scale exercises do. They develop finger muscle memory. They develop dexterity. They enable you to know what to do. And so that's why I find these very important for us. You might be thinking, how are there so many scale exercises? I mean, this is scale exercise 16. It's my fun naming convention. Well, a scale exercise is simply the replication of a pattern over the whole scale, like I said. And so as many patterns as you experience in tunes, you can have that many scale exercises. So let's say you're playing a tune and you encounter a pattern that you're stumbling over. You can make your own scale exercise. You could take that pattern that you're stumbling over and then you just replicate that up and down the scale, familiarize yourself with that pattern more and more and more. That's what these do. They prepare you to play tunes well. So exercise 16 appears simple enough and is. However, there are a few challenges I think you might experience in it. We'll see. We'll chat about that. But it's very simple. 3-note sequence taken up and down the scale. You'll see this phrase in 3, 4, 6, 8. A lot of similar timings, but it runs. So it's a note above, a note below. And so the exercise helps us experience that up and down the scale. So I have created a download of the music and tabs if you use those. And I'll put a link in the notes to this video to a page in my website where you can download the music and tabs. And if you don't use the music and tabs, just watch me a couple times, play along with me, and then you'll know this exercise. So here's the exercise in D. All right, simple enough. And if you want to continue that up the scale in through the entire second octave, you're able to do that. And I'd encourage you to, but I've written it simply in the 1 octave. So go ahead and keep working that all the way up. Now here is the exercise in G. Simple enough. One quick comment on something that's not really a challenge, but this is kind of a recommendation for us. As you're playing the C to D sequence, a lot of times if you're going quickly, you could cheat in that second octave. Watch my index finger. Properly, you played that second octave D with your index finger off. Watch my index finger as I go to that second D. If you work on your tone, you can do a quick run, leaving your index finger on. However, sometimes it's easier to play something by pulling that index finger off. The sequence of the C natural to the D is a lot easier if you leave that index finger off. Otherwise, you're having to go like that, and it's easier to do that. So anyway, that's the exercise in D and G. Like I said, go further up the scale. With the G exercise, you're already going up to the G. So go to the second octave with the D. That'll be really helpful. Use this exercise to develop your accuracy, your dexterity, your tone quality. So again, like usual, I'll say play it slowly for some good tone quality. Play it as quickly as you can. Back it off a bit, pick up the speed, throw in some ornaments. You've got all kinds of expressive opportunities to do with this. And this will help, like I said at the start, develop brain, ear, finger, muscle memory so that when you experience this sequence in a tune, you'll be ready to play it. Until next time, my friends, this is Scott Shade. Happy whistling.